Get your arm off of me. Hello, my chat partners. Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Dionne. Please subscribe to my channel, and to my returning chat partners, I really appreciate you guys' support. So guys, today's chat session is going to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 2, the season finale. And guys, today's drink of choice is detox tea. I needed to detox after watching this episode. And plus I got me on a little dress shirt because it's a season finale, so I want to feel like I'm a part of a season finale party. Okay guys, so let's get started with this chat session for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 2, season finale starts off with Kimmy and Maurice. Kimmy is in the kitchen cooking, talking to her son, and they're talking about Maurice. Maurice has been gone for 3 days because he's taking the bar exam. Kimmy's in the kitchen cooking Maurice's favorite food, and she's telling her son about the surprise party that she has planned for Maurice. They end up making a bet for $100. Kimmy bet that Maurice will cry, and her son bet that he will not cry. So then Maurice comes home, and Kimmy is happy to see him. They're happy to see each other. And Monster runs and jumped into his dad's arms, and he was happy to see his dad. So I thought that was really cute. They all were sitting at the table eating dinner as a family. He began to talk to them about his exam. And then Monster started talking about his upcoming birthday and what type of party he wants and how he wants to rent a mini van party bus or something. I don't know, but that was cute. Maurice ended up telling Kimmy that he really appreciates everything she has done, and he wants to do more for Kimmy and just show her that he really appreciates her, was there for him while he was taking the exam. This scene shows Melody. Melody arrives at the studio, and she's there for a promo shoot for the play, and then they have their first off book rehearsal. Ends up praying together, and then they go for their photo shoot. Once the photo shoot is over with and everyone is done taking pictures, they begin to go over their lines, and as they're going over the rehearsal and everything, Melody just forgot all her lines. And Melody's one-on-one, she said she'd been studying the play, but obviously it don't seem like Melody has been studying her lines at all, because that woman had to, from what it looks like, they had to tell her like every line. She had, I'm sitting up here like, Melody, you say you so professional, you so this and that. Girl, like, you could have just told them, look, I don't quite know all my lines. Let me get that book, girl, because evidently I'm messing up, because it seemed like that lady had to tell her every line that she had. So the lady that wrote the play, she told them, you know, rehearsal was okay, but she was like, she need everything to get better as far as people knowing their lines. And you can tell she was talking to Melody, and she was saying that she don't want a dry hump. Like, she wanted to be like some lube there. She wanted to be real slick. And the scenario she was kind of comparing it to me is sex. And I was like, okay. The next scene goes to Tisha and Mauricio. Tisha's getting the kids ready for bed. Mauricio comes in the house. He goes in the kitchen. He asks her, hey, did you cook? And she was like, did I cook? No, it's only 5:30. She was like, who cooks at 5:30? Girl, you'd be surprised. Some people cook in the morning so they can get it on out the way. And she begins to ask him about his trip. She asked Mauricio, like, why are you always working? She told him that she felt hurt when he told her while he was on his trip that he always feels alone. And she was like, why do you feel like that? Tisha says she likes the person that she's becoming and the person that she's growing into. She doesn't want to feel like she's sacrificing her marriage. And that she doesn't want a girl to creep in and they end up like the Holts. She said that she wants her and Mauricio to grow together and be a good wife to him. She says she wants to be a good mother and she wants to be a good Tisha to Tisha, which I understand what Tisha was saying. She feels like she gave up a lot of things when she married Mauricio. She gave up her internship. She moved from, I think she said California or something like that, to where they live at now. And she was just saying all this stuff, but I'm like, have a talk with the person that you're in a relationship with and let them know what all of your dreams and goals are. And if it's something that you really want to work on, they really need to give you that space and that time so you can do those things. And I feel like whenever you have a goal or something that you want to achieve, and say like you start working on that goal, achieve for yourself, and if things go blah, then at least you know you tried it. And being that it went blah, it wasn't meant for you, versus you not trying it because you're trying to please your partner. Because I feel like if you try to please your partner and not go or try your goal, then you're going to resent the person that you're with, and you don't want to live that way. Trying certain things to better yourself, because you should want to better yourself on a daily basis. However, when it comes to your family and your marriage, you want to make sure that's straight, and then it's extra time you want to make sure you have for yourself. Because you want to continue, as your family grow and continue to get stronger and you become a better wife and a better mother, you want to become a better person. Because if you don't become a better person, how can you become a better wife and a mother? Next scene goes to Martell and Melody. Melody is getting ready to go to Maurice's surprise party, and Martell comes in and tell Melody he not going. And she was like, "You're not going?" She was like, "Why?" He was like, "Because of Maurice and Tisha gonna be there." And Melody was saying that she's a little disappointed because she would want them to support their friends whenever they have, achieved a great accomplishment. And by Maurice going to law school and passing the bar, that's a great accomplishment. And she feels that they should support him. And I think they should support him too. I feel that Martell should put his feelings aside from Maurice and Tisha, because at the end of the day, it's not about Martell, it's about Maurice. So I feel like he should have went to the party. He shouldn't have stayed home. He's really letting his feelings get the best of him. Okay, everybody know y'all don't like each other, but you mean to tell him you can't come to that man party, tell him congratulations, give him a hug, have you a plate of food, a drink, and then leave? You could have been there 20 minutes and left. At least you showed your face and showed that you're there to support. So Martell tells Melody that he already told Kimmy anyway that he wasn't coming, and she understood. And Melody was like, "Well, when did you talk to Kimmy?" He told her that Kimmy had came by the office the other day, and Melody was like, "Well, was y'all by yourself?" And he was like, "No, it was me, Chris, and Kimmy," and then Chris left. And Melody looked at Martell. She was like, "Oh, you know Kimmy always been team Martell, and she always rubbing on you anyway." And she told Martell, she said, "You did say she was the side chick." And Martell said, "Well, she wasn't my side chick." I was like, "Well, where in the world did that come from?" Like, Melody saying that Kimmy is team Martell and she always rubbing on him. I don't mean no harm, but she wouldn't be my friend if she team my husband and team rubbing on him. Like, that just came so out of the blue. But I don't know, evidently she not picked up on something, or I don't know if she was being funny or she was just feeling some type of way, or what the case may be. But I had said in the previous video, it was something about Kimmy. I don't know, I couldn't put my finger on it, so I don't know what it is. To me, it just seemed like she just trying to be too perfect or something, or just like she the type of person that understand what everybody's saying or go along with stuff sometime, or just her demeanor, the way she come off. Because time Martell had came by their house and they was talking, Martell and Kim, and just how they was talking, I was like, for one, my husband, I wouldn't want him going to our friend's house anyway, especially their husband out there. And then my thing is, you guys, I mean, I know everybody friends, but Kim would just come by the office or whatever and you and her talk, and it's like, I don't know, I'm just like, wait a minute, did she call you and tell you that she was coming by there? And I'm like, why did you call my husband and tell him that you was coming to the office to see him? Or why did you come by the office to see him in the first place? They got the invite for Maurice's party. I think then Martell should have told Melody that he is not going to Maurice's party. He gonna go ahead and let Kimmy know. He gonna text Kimmy back and just let her know, "I'm not coming to the party." I don't know about this meeting up and stuff like that. I think if I was to get married, none of my friends would still have my husband's phone number and he wouldn't have theirs. I don't know, they're my friends. Like, I'm just speaking for me, but you know. But that was kind of odd that she said that when she said she always rubbing on you. And Martell was kind of looking. I'm like, well, girl, if she rubbing on your husband, she would have rubbed him one time and you ain't say nothing. I'm surprised, Melody. I'm surprised. Because you would think she wouldn't go for that. I mean, it's just what I get from her. So who knows what she meant by that? Only Melody knows. So next thing you know, Melody and Martell begins to argue. He was telling her she don't do nothing for him. She was saying he don't do nothing for her. And she told Martell, the whole 12 years we've been married, you haven't done anything for me. And she told him the next time Kimmy want to come around and you and her have a meeting, I will be there. I was like, ooh. I was like, wow, you been with somebody for 12 years and they ain't done anything for you? That's a long time to be with somebody and they haven't done anything for you. I'm like, was she trying to hit below the belt or what? Was she really mad that Kimmy came by and then they really talked and she wasn't there? And she like, wait a minute, hold on, what's going on? And then I think she probably just got other things she got going on with Martell anyway, so who knows? So then Kimmy and Maurice arrived at the restaurant. They sitting down in the bar, and then she was like, let's go to our table. And so when they go to the back, she opened the curtains and everybody tell Maurice surprise. And he was like, oh, you know, like, what's going on? What's the surprise for you for finishing school and for you taking the exam? They arrives to the party, and then Tisha and Marcel arrived to the party. Tisha says in her one-on-one that her and Marcel aren't on the best of terms, and she's going to put on a united front like the Holtz and act like everything okay in public. It's before in the previous video that Melody and Martell do know how to put on the front and act like everything going great, and they probably just got in an argument 5 minutes ago. But hey, you can do what you want to do. Fake it till you make it. They're not the only couple to do that. A whole lot of people do that. A whole lot. Maurice's one-on-one, he said that he's going to practice consumer law. And I think that's a good thing. So congratulations to Maurice for finishing law school and for taking the law exam. So Maurice talks to Andrea. Andrea is an architect, and they begin to talk about Destiny's building. And Andrea told Maurice that she gave Destiny a bid for like $50,000, and she thinks she may have been too high because Destiny hadn't called her back. Maurice said that he knows that the Holtz want to break into commercial real estate. Next thing you know, Destiny, you can see her behind talking and speaking to people, and then she come walking over. Knew she was gonna walk over there because for the simple fact, she got 2 people talking to each other that talk to them about her building that she's trying to do for her company. Melody comes over, and you can tell Melody was being messy just by the way she was talking, like, what y'all talking about? And then she eating these, I don't know, wafer cookies off Destiny's plate. Marcel was telling Melody something about that he know that the Holtz want to come to commercial real estate, and he was saying that he would mentor people who wants to do that. And she was like, well, if we wanted a mentor, it certainly wouldn't be you. And it was just the way she was talking to him. It was kind of nasty because I felt like, oh, that wasn't even necessary. Then Tisha comes over. She was like, I had to see what was going on with my husband over here talking to these ladies. I was like, yeah, that's right, girl, because I can't see my boyfriend just talking to a group of ladies, especially then in my family. And then if they even are my family, it just depends on who it is in my family that he's talking to. I got to go over there and see what's going on. Oh, okay, y'all talking about, okay, I can go back to what I was doing. Marissa was just saying that, you know, about the Holtz and anyone who wants to get into commercial real estate, that he would like mentor them. And Melody was like, no, like her and Martell don't want to get into commercial real estate. Then Marcel was like, then there's no need to mentor. And then her attitude, and she was like, if we wanted to mentor, it certainly wouldn't be your ass. The way that Melody was saying it and the way she was coming off, and then how she was looking at Destiny and they laughing and stuff. And I was like, y'all be doing too much. The lady Andrea was like, I'm confused, but my thing is, you knew what you and Marcel was talking about. So whatever the case may be, I don't know, y'all. It just that little scene, it just was a little shade thrown, because I feel like when Melody came over there, Marcel was like, hey, Mel, you know, like, hey, Melody. He seemed like he was happy to see her. And then she come over there, and her and Destiny just giggling and smiling and shaking their head like, oh, and just acting like he getting on their nerves. But my whole thing is, Destiny, if he getting on your, because Destiny had said, like, in her one-on-one, that if Marcel really don't want to do it, he don't have to. She should have listened to her girl. You messy anyway. So if I was Marcel, I wouldn't want to do it anyway. Like, just to see how they act. I just don't like when people act like that. And then when you try to talk, I just don't like when it's a group of people together and it's people talking amongst themselves, but it's one person in a group that they feel like that they like shaking their head and like, and what you talking about, and just trying to talk to somebody a certain kind of way and trying to embarrass them and make them feel. So I don't like when people do stuff like that. It just make me feel bad. It's crazy because you can tell that when Melody was like saying to Marcel, like, what do you mean? Like, don't play with me. Like, what are you talking about? You know how her little voice be so high, keen, and squeaky, and her nose spread. And I'm like, girl, it's not that serious. Y'all come out here to this man, little lawyer, his bar exam completion party, and you over there nose spread, and you getting an attitude with this man because all he was just saying was, if they wanted to come into commercial real estate, then they would mentor them. Because obviously Marcel got to know something about commercial real estate because he got his commercial real estate license and he building buildings and things. If he not build a 120 unit or somebody trying to get him to build a 150 unit, then he obviously knows something about it. And okay, I just didn't see what the big deal was about it and why she had to talk to him like that. Okay, I get that you don't deal with him or whatever, but why would you say something like, I wouldn't get your ass anyway? You don't got to get him to do it. You could have just said, oh, okay. That's fine. Or, I mean, because I'm thinking that they in some type of business together. It's called Scott and Holt or something. I don't know what's going on with them folk, but Tisha was clapping her hands. She was like, there go that shady Melody we all know about. And Melody just looked at her. She didn't say nothing, but you can tell that the way that Melody was talking to Tisha's husband, she didn't like it. And when she said that, I was like, that's why, girl, you got to call folk out when they cutting up. And here go Mara. So Tisha, don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on. What we not going to do, and I would have told my husband, what we not going to do, You're not finna be defending, or I feel like you defending another woman in front of me. I don't care if I'm right or wrong or not. You're not gonna do that. You could have told me that when we was away from them. I'm trying. This girl up here talking to you like she crazy and you okay with it, but when I try to take her for you or clap my hands and say she's shady, you're not gonna check her, but you're gonna check me, and I'm your wife. I would have told Mara, so you know what? Get your arm off of me. We're going to talk about this later in the car. Like I said, Melody, you was being shady, and I don't appreciate how you was talking to my husband. And I would have left the conversation. The next scene goes to Tisha and Marisol. Marisol comes in the room and asks Tisha what she's doing. And she tells Marisol that she's getting her clothes together for her trip, for her friend's event. And while she's getting her clothes folded up and everything, April calls and let her know that the event is canceled because of the virus. Tisha told Marisol that she still was going to go out of town because she was going to go visit her family. And she was like, do you want to come with me? And he was like, no, I don't want to go. She said, well, Marisol, why don't you want to go? And she was like, our family's from different sides of the tracks. She was like, what do you mean by that? And they began to argue. She was like, it's a sensitive subject for her when she feel like somebody's talking about her family. She said that's the main thing people like to do is take jabs at her because she grew up in the projects. She said just like this girl when she was in college, her and this girl was arguing and the girl had said something about her growing up in the projects. Okay, I grew up in the projects, and everybody got to grow up somewhere. Everybody got to grow up somewhere. So if you grew up in Beverly Hills on Rodeo Drive, congratulations, that was your life, but that wasn't my life. Yeah, I grew up in the projects, but this lady still went to college and made something out of her life. She was just telling Marisol that she feels some type of way because he said that, and he was telling her, he was like, Tisha, he said, I was homeless one time. He said, I was sleeping on the church floor. Like, okay, you grew up in the projects, but I was on the church floor sleeping. I ain't had nowhere to live. Like, he told her, you need to let that go. Tisha was just saying it. It's just so much stuff that she has gone through growing up. People talking about her living in the projects. Then people would tell her, oh, you cute to be a dark-skinned girl. Okay, yeah, I know I'm pretty. Because, I mean, the thing about it is, it's like, okay, I understand what Tisha's saying. If somebody say you cute to be a dark-skinned girl, but girl, you got to be more stronger than that. You got to let that stuff roll off your head, because whoever said it, you could have been like, oh, you cute to be a light-skinned girl. Because not, like, what, like you saying I'm cute to be dark-skinned, you cute to be light-skinned. And that would have made the girl think, well, what she mean? Think about it. Since you said, how about you think about me telling you cute to be light skinned, or you cute to be brown skinned, or you cute to be this color, you cute to be that color. We all different colors out here. Okay, I'm cute to be dark skinned, but I'm sure your man would like me too. Like, just some girl, you can't just, you got to brush certain stuff out when people try to talk about you. Marisol was telling Tisha that she got to let all that stuff go, which she do. Like, girl, that's the past. Like, you got to move on from that. I get it. It's hard to move on from certain things that has happened to you in your life, certain things people have said to you, because one thing about it, wound tea, you can't forget, especially if it affects you in a certain type of way to make you feel some type of way. I understand where Tisha coming from, and I understand where Marisol coming from. And it's like, Tisha, if it's certain things that you can't let go, maybe she need to sit down and talk to someone and just, you know, express how she feel and everything. And your family grew up in the projects, that's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. And what do that mean, projects? What does that mean, somebody grew up in the projects anyway? Or somebody grew up in the ghetto? That's just words that people that made up to name something. You know what I'm saying? Just like people have words that be like, oh, you grew up in the hood, or you grew up over there in the country club. Just words and names that people have put out here in this world to try to categorize people or whatever the case may be. But just because where you live and where you grew up, that doesn't mean anything. It's about you as a person and what's in your heart and what's in your mind and how you think and how you move out here in this world. Because I feel if a person grew up somewhere and they didn't have all the riches, that's what a lot of people look at riches as material stuff, but people fail to realize riches is peace of mind, riches is happiness, riches is being loved, riches is that you are a loving person and you know how to love other people. It's, you know how to care for people, you have sympathy for people, you know how to be there for someone, you know how to listen to someone. All that great stuff like that, to me, that's what riches is. People think riches is material stuff because you got money, or because you got this name brand thing on, or you not spend all these thousands of dollars on a pocketbook, or you got Jaguar, Jeeps, Lamborghini. That's material stuff. That don't mean nothing, because you can be a person who have all the material stuff, but your heart might not be hitting on nothing. You might be a person who think you cocky and think you better than everybody. You might be a person that all you do is talk about people and try to put somebody down and make them feel like they're nothing. You might be a person who mean, who just a bullet, don't have no kind of love and care in your heart. You might be a person who's selfish, only want to look out for self, just very manipulative. If you don't have a great heart and you're not sincerely, initially, genuinely a good person, it really don't matter where you're from. And that's what people need to realize, and that's what people need to think. And I think that's what people really need to focus on. I hope I'm explaining myself to you guys, and you guys understand where I'm coming from, what I'm saying. I just feel like Tisha's a beautiful woman. She got this beautiful family. She's doing great things. That's what she need to focus on. And I'm sorry, Tisha, that someone has said certain things to you growing up to make you feel some type of way, make you doubt certain things. Tisha, you're doing a great job. Continue to hold your head up and continue to being a great woman that you are. That's the end of my chat session for Love and Marriage Huntsville season finale. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you watch this video and if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can receive alerts for each and every time I upload. Watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, the season finale. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And also, if it's a show that you guys would like for me to watch and we can chat about, let me know that as well in the comments. Guys, I'm getting ready to cut this camera off and cut my AC on because I'm hot. It's hot up in here. I cut the AC off because I don't want y'all to hear it pick up on the noise. And then I cut the fans off and I'm up in here sweating. So yeah, guys, always remember you guys are great. And as always, take care, stay safe, and be blessed. Bye, guys. Bye.